We've talked a lot over the last year about that apartment complex in Aurora, and it looks like, according to police records, they are back. This is some video of 9 suspected Tren De Aragua gang members that just unleashed chaos in Colorado.
So I guess we haven't seen or heard the last of the Tren De Aragua gang. It sounds like there was a lot more going on in Colorado than they cared to share with us last year. Check this out.
Yeah, so Tren De Aragua, we've talked about them. They really were on the map because of all the immigration problems through Joe Biden. And we've talked a lot over the last year about that apartment complex in Aurora. And it looks like, according to police records, they are back. This is some video of 9 suspected Tren De Aragua gang members that just unleashed chaos in Colorado. It's chilling doorbell video because they were knocking on neighbors' doors, apartment complex doors again, and no telling what they would have done if people had opened their doors. The police chief there,
this video is dated June 9th, so allegedly this is recent activity.
Said they weren't bringing coffee cakes, they weren't bringing welcoming trays, they brought guns. Listen.
Based upon everything that I stated here, based upon the involvement, the actions, the behaviors, the demeanor, there is without question gang involvement in this. And again, we are going to hold those individuals accountable.
So will we see protests here? Like, are y'all going to block ICE and the federal agents that want to arrest these bad guys? Are y'all going to link arms with them when they try to take them into custody? They are on the wrong side of this. And Brian, it just reminds me of that major moment when J.D. Vance is on ABC and he was told it was just a few apartment complexes.
President Trump was actually in Aurora, Colorado, talking to people on the ground. And what we're hearing, of course, Martha, is that people are terrified by what has happened with some of these Venezuelan gangs.
Senator Vance, I'm going to stop you because I know exactly what happened. Martha. I'm going to stop you. The incidents were limited.
You hear her? She knows exactly what happened. She knows what somebody told her. She wasn't there. She knows what some probably public relations individual shared with her. She doesn't know. And again, when do we get to the point where the media is so quick to want to interject all the time and tell people that they don't know what they're talking about because they know all the facts? This is sickening.
Limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns.
And define a handful. That's what I would ask her. Tell me what's a handful? 5, 10, 3, 15? When would it get to a point to where you actually start becoming concerned with it?
A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange, Martha, sort of interesting because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs.
Okay, let's just end that with they did not invade or take over the city, as Donald Trump said. I want to move on to
just a few apartment complexes, no big deal.
A few apartment complexes that the mayor did not seem was invading the entire city.
I want to move on. She says. Of course she does.
The T-shirt was, can you listen? Do you listen to yourself?
Right.
You listen to yourself. This is so unbelievable. Number one, if the mayor doesn't have a problem with that, he should resign immediately. Right. And the governor to deny and think that Donald Trump's the problem, you have no business in that position, Governor Polis. And now that they're back, TDA, this is what the president's already made clear when he said in L.A., you can't control those.
I wonder if they ever left, honestly.
Riots. I'm sending in, and I'm, by the way, posting. Now he says, you have a problem in Chicago? I'm going to send there. Now, Mr. President, if he's watching right now, you still get the same problem, but now you're president.
Yeah, and imagine,
so if this mayor and these police people won't take it, that you send the National Guard in right there.
Imagine living in this building. Police, since just last August, have responded to 44 calls for service at that complex related to 12 separate incidents, including threats that were made to the tenants, shots being fired, and squatting.
So y'all remember the last time Tom Homan went there? He went there with 200 federal agents, and the activists on the ground tipped the gangsters off, and
they tipped them off. They left, and they only arrested a handful, maybe a dozen or less people, and they were expecting to find hundreds. But these idiots again tipped them off, told them what was going on, and they're basically inviting chaos into their communities. And that's what some of these people want. They hate America. They hate everything the United States stands for. They believe that it was founded on racist principles, the 1619 Project, which is a very Marxist perspective. They want to see everything collapse. So if you can foment chaos, so be it, as long as they achieve the ultimate goal.
The rest. So they got to go back in, and no one should know they're going in.
The Aurora City Council member said this, gosh, once again, if someone would have just listened to me, it's not an isolated incident, not just poor friendly migrants that I was picking on. Certainly not a feature of my imagination. No, sir, you did the right thing, and now we have the right president to handle it.
It's just crazy, y'all. I mean, we are in some crazy times. A lot of people are talking about we're in end times. I don't know 100%, but something's going on, or it sure seems like it. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. What do you think should happen to these different so-called sanctuary cities and states? How do you think they should be handled? I'd love to know what you think. But before you go, check out this video right here. I think you'll appreciate it.